Danganronpa might just have the biggest, dumbest fandom that I've probably ever seen, honestly. And there's countless of reasons why this is the case, you know? Like, there's obviously your whole queer baiting and, queer ships, which is, if you want to have that, it's fine, but the way people take it is so damn insanity to the point it's just like, why and does this really matter? And to the point people make it like a whole ass headcanon of this character is gay and that character is gay for some reason, to the point it doesn't make any type of sense, or making characters trans when they're not trans. Like, Nagato is not trans. I don't care how bad you want him to be, it is not the case. Or Chihiro. Chihiro is not trans, it is a trap, like it suck his dick, because that's kind of how it is. And then, but the biggest thing that I would personally have to say that I think sucks, outside the fact that there's minors in the damn community, because that's literally what's causing all this dumbass shit, but I would say that the shipping is by far the biggest nonsensical, stupid thing that is like ruining the entirety of what Danganronpa is. And I'm very worried for Raincoat too when that drops like in June, because who knows, the children might just try to go into that game too, even though they have literally no love and care for that game. They just want to ship the characters because they can ship the characters because it's the same damn company that made that same damn game. And that's literally what it comes down to, So I'm not necessarily looking forward to that. But anyway, when it comes down to things, the shipping is by far the most toxic, trash, easily the most sadistic part of the fandom. Not even gonna necessarily lie. Like, yeah, I heard other things too about like doxing and about like, racist behavior, which is some things I've seen, but I haven't really seen too much, and people were focusing on that, and I haven't really seen a lot of it personally. But definitely, if we're gonna talk about anything that gets people riled up and angry for some reason, it's the damn shipping. And I got a lot of problems with the shipping, honestly, when it comes to the Danganronpa fandom. Number one, why certain ships okay, but other ships aren't? Like, that doesn't necessarily make sense. Like, and then there's ships that make sense, and there's others that absolutely don't. Like, why is Makoto literally banging everybody? Like, why? Makoto is not the biggest Chad in the room, honestly. He is not. Hajime could be the biggest Chad in the room because he has Azuru inside of him. Pause. Also, like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, I can understand some ships. Like, Kirigiri, that makes sense. Asahina possibly makes sense because technically in the bad ending, that's kind of canon. He plowed that ass. But, like, Mokuro? I can't understand why, because that was also part of like the Danganronpa If storyline, but that didn't happen. And in the way people go about it is just so headcanon, that's the thing, that's what's gonna happen. And then you wonder why constantly Mukuro gets disrespected on, because the people at Spike knows people like Mukuro. They know they like that character. But you know why they don't necessarily utilize her to the fullest of what they could do? It's simple. Because y'all N-words are crazy. Y'all don't necessarily know how to chill. Maybe they would give us some Mukuro, action and content if he wasn't so damn crazy. And now Mukuro, unfortunately, is the Yamcha of Danganronpa. It sucks, but it is what it is. That's just kind of how the story kind of goes for Mukuro's character. And somehow Makoto gets to bag that, and bag literally everyone, even if they're not in part of the same game or class, bangs them still too for some reason, because he's some type of weird alpha mad Chad person, when that's absolutely not the case. And I can understand why Fenrir hate this man so damn much, because the fandom make me want to hate him a little bit too. Even though I like Makoto still in canon, I hate him in the fandom side. Like, y'all out here thinking Makoto actually has a whole ass harem, and just wait though, wait till literally every other male character in Danganronpa come through and jump his ass for some bitches. That's gonna be how it kinda is, honestly. I'm not necessarily gonna lie. Then you also got a lot of the, ships that don't make a lot of sense to be, like, especially when it comes to the Shota and Lolly variety, because Lolly ships are bad, but Shota ships are good. Why? Like, I can understand the Chihiro and Shiaki ship. Actually, I think that's a really cute one. But what is the deal with Kokichi and literally everybody else? Y'all treat him like he's Makoto, like he's another Chad person, even though he's a Shota. I don't understand why y'all like give him literally everybody, and that's like a thing that's perfectly fine. Oh, he wants to bang Maki? Let him bang Maki. He wants to bang like Peko or something? Let him bang Peko. Let him fit his dick inside a Tenko? Let that happen, even though Tenko literally hates men for some oddball reason. But the moment you add in a lolly, that's where everything gets stupid. Oh, you can't add Himiko or Hyoko or Monica or Kotoko into like a whole ass ship or anything like that, because that's just weird. You can't do that because they're underage, like majority of this damn fandom, honestly, which absolutely freaking sucks. And when it comes down to it, it's like, oh, but you can let Kokichi clap cheeks impregnate some ass, but we can't impregnate Hyoko or something like that. We can't let that slide into Monica, honestly. That's weird, right? That's a bit weird. If I'm gonna bang Hyoko, I'm going to do it, and there's nothing you can do. And then the moment I try to do something like that, oh watch this, the entire fandom is gonna be on my ass for some dumbass reason, trying to go after me like, hey, this asshole's trying to, loot a lolly or something like that. What? We can't let this slide, even though Kokichi can do it, but still, we can't let this N-word slide and just have a whole bunch of nonsense come through. Like, what kind of nonsense is this? What kind of nonsense is this? Honestly, if it wasn't for, and I hate that the shipping is such a key part in why Danganronpa is still even being talked about today. Because if it wasn't for the Jintai, and if it wasn't for the shipping, Danganronpa would be kind of like a forgotten memory, honestly. And I hate to say it, but it would be, it really does suck. Then you also got the headcanon part of the shipping, which I understand people want to have headcanons or whatever because sometimes they don't agree with, the developers' decision in certain areas. Like, a lot of people do not necessarily like the ending of E3, which because it does suck. And yeah, I do also have to agree, it does suck, but there's a way you can fix that, and I did make a video on it without rebooting the damn series. So, it is a possible thing. But when it comes down to things, the headcanons get a little too weird, and it gets a little to the point where people think it's actually canon and it's an actual insanity. It really is like super dumb as shit, like I can't even lie. Like, one character could be treated like the main protagonist, the other character that is the main protagonist get treated like absolute dog shit or just get forgotten about. And it doesn't make any type of sense, like it really doesn't. And there's not really too much for me to say about the headcanons and stuff, but it does get very stupid in a lot of areas. To the point it doesn't make all gangbuster of a piece of sense, honestly. It really doesn't. And one of the final things I honestly want to just really talk about it, because we talk about it a lot on this channel, and that is mainly the sexual content when it comes to the damn game itself and how people kind of interpret it. It's so weird. Like, again, y'all like to put these gay ships around and have this boy love ships over here, and that's perfectly fine if you want to have that and all that type of stuff. But the moment I say, oh, I want to see more Mikan do things with Hajime, that's a problem. All these characters are underage. Well, bitch, the boy characters are underage too. Don't forget that. Don't ever try to forget that that's the case. Like I said, y'all want to throw Koichicho or Ryoma into all these different ships and whatever, but the moment you throw in a lolly or literally any of the female characters that you don't deem as worthy into a ship, then that's when we have a problem. Honestly, it doesn't make any kind of sense, honestly. And then so many people be trying so hard to get rid of like the Jinsai material of Danganronpa, to the point it's stupid, because one, you're never going to get rid of it. It's a part of the internet, and if it's a part of the internet and people know about it, there's going to be content being made. So boo freaking who, go get a towel and dump yourself into a well, please. But when it comes down to things, people are going to like Shiaki and want to think about doing some dirty things with her. Mikan, same way. Into lollies with like Hyoko or Himiko, we're going to pretty much clap that ass too. Don't care if Kotoko got a bad story. We feel bad about it, don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure a lot of people that have seen Kotoko's backstory absolutely hate that it happened to her. But produce that ass. Like, we're still gonna clap that hoe. Like, that's 100% what's gonna happen. Kaede with the fat piano ass. That is still a thing. That's gonna be a thing that's gonna just happen and people are gonna care about. It doesn't necessarily matter. We are still going to enjoy our Danganronpa-ness when it comes to the lewd side of things. Hell, even characters that does not technically exist within the realm of the actual canon of the show, series, and games and whatever, we still gonna have it just be a part of it anyway and do whatever we want with them. Like Kaede's mom, I absolutely clapped the cheeks of, her daughter in front of the mom. Why not? Also, shout out to this person for making that card, because the Kaede mom's card is so damn good. Also, I found Shuichi. Also, he also created Shuichi's mom's card, so I'm gonna produce that ass as well. But when it comes down to things, it's just like, How you gonna say one thing is fine, but the other thing is not? How can you say, oh, if, let's say, Nagito and Hajime get together and they just start doing each other in the ass, that's perfectly fine. But if I say, oh, I want to see my character go through and just slap Maki on the ass and just kiss Tunko and then finger Peko at the same time, we have an issue. Why is that the case? I don't necessarily understand. Also, when it comes to self-inserts too, I don't necessarily mind. I'm a self-insert. I have a whole series where I'm writing and just doing things with Danganronpa characters as well. But when it comes down to things, a lot of shit gets too crazy too, to the point it is again part of that headcanon problem that we constantly have, and it doesn't make any type of sense. Some of these headcanons and some of these ships and some of these ideas for certain characters to just bang and smash other characters be so wild to the point you're thinking everything is fun and everything is acceptable, but it's not for some weird reason, and then it kicks people out of the community for, again, whatever reason. Like the whole Fenrir case we did like a while ago. Does it make sense? Absolutely not. They just kicked him out because they didn't like the man's story and how good it was. That's some bullshit. That's some poo cheese. That's like worse than a person going out in the street, going to have a rubber chicken in his hand, starts fellatioing that rubber chicken, and then people just have to see it because it's on their way to school in the morning. Like, it sucks. Why do we have to see that? I'm not trying to see that shit, honestly. So when it comes down to things, when it comes to this entire fandom and entirety of everything when it comes to things, I would personally say the shipping by far is the worst thing that has happened outside of the minors coming through. Honestly, the combination of the two is why things are so bad. It doesn't necessarily make any type of sense. Like, really. Again, how can some ships be okay, some fanfictions and some works can be fine, but others can't? That doesn't necessarily make any sense. Granted, I've never really been a person that's been like super in-depth with the Danganronpa community like that. I've never really been like the type of person that just hang around a bunch of people that like Dangan like that, because I knew from the jump people were insane. But some people are fine. I've met some people in that fandom that are actually Chad people, actually people that support me and the channel and what we do here and still like Danganronpa to this day. Absolutely just like certain cosplays of certain people, certain type of aspects of Danganronpa and certain moments of it and stuff like that. And it's perfectly fine and it's great. I love Danganronpa. Still to this day, still waiting on the Danganronpa 4. Hopefully it won't be a reboot though. But when it comes down to things, what makes it hard to like Danganronpa is its shitty ass fans. It's the shitty ass fandom and the shitty ass people that basically think they run the place and they don't. Honestly. People will send literal death threats to people and just absolutely cancel them out of existence just because their favorite ship wasn't like a thing that is like canon in someone else's eyes, or they don't necessarily like how the characters are being treated or whatever. The only people that really should care about their characters being utilized in different ways is the people that made the damn characters. Other than that, you shouldn't give a damn what other people do nonetheless. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. It doesn't make any kind of sense. Like, if I want to impregnate Shiaki and Kaede, I'm gonna impregnate the two hoes. That's gonna be how it is. You don't like it? That's not my problem. Go and do something with Kaede and Shiaki in your own damn way and story. It's so dumb. Like, everybody has the opportunities to make whatever they want to make when it comes to these characters and do whatever they want to do when it comes to these characters. But the fact that people are so having a stick up their ass about certain parts of it and everybody jump in just because it's such a dumb ass thing. If I'm going to loot a lolly, I'm going to loot one. If you're going to loot a shoulder on your side, then you can do that. But don't come here and tell me that Kokichi is fine banging like Peko or something, but my character can't go out of his way to just clap every single lolly in Danganronpa and just get them all pregnant. I'm just saying, it's weird. So when it comes down to things, the fandom is just really toxic. But that's basically all I really wanted to say for this one. Honestly, this is something I've been wanting to do for a minute. I don't know if I actually done a video like this before, but if I did, well, we're just gonna do it again because this fandom kind of sucks and it deserves to get roasted on a daily basis for the shitty decisions that it does make. Again, some of it really doesn't make any kind of sense. But anyway, that's basically all I really wanted to say, so hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification way out. Also follow me on the socials and you'd like to donate to the channel. Patreon is available as well. We got the merch also as well. And if you also just want to commission some Kakatsu stuff, that is also a thing that you can do, kind of forgot about that, but it is what it is. And until then, it's your boy Jay, signing off. Have a blessed day.